I wrote and didn't finish. I think I wrote it in 2001. And it's tentatively titled A Walk in the Park, question mark. And it goes like this. Peter, Jesse, Sarah, and Joan went for a slow walk in the park. They all materialized out of thin air to do so, having just come into existence in this moment, specifically for this purpose. It was their goal. None of the four knew what it would be like to go to the park, so it is hard to say whether the experience matched up to an expectation or if there was any expectation at all. They just knew that they four were in the park, as a ball is in a field during a ball game. Peter, Jesse, Sarah, and Joan were walking slowly in a loose, relaxed cluster formation, as was the appropriate proximity, order, and style of movement. Everything was going well, and Joan was glancing occasionally at Jesse, Peter, and Sarah in agreeance. The park was really the best thing they could have been doing right then, as the situation had opened the door to an anything can happen type of afternoon. This was different from their usual planned, hammered down, and executed, we know what will happen afternoon. Jesse was in the habit of bringing the group over to his house on their lazy afternoons to show them trinkets and badges from his life. It wasn't a big to-do, and no one had ever thought about it before. It was always just what happened, and upon reflection had crystallized into a benign habit, much like a benign appendage that could or could not be removed from the body. Example, the appendix. Joan decided that everyone enjoyed today's events more than those of yesterday because of the element of surprise built into the potential and therefore quality of a loose walk in the park. The park was as yet uncharted for the four and could surely never crystallize into a useless appendage. Joan suspected that people fell into habits and addictions because they became addicted to the emotional feelings surrounding the addiction, not the addiction itself. And she also knew the most sought after human emotional feeling or something is security. So she knew that the repetition of an activity and the security experienced from simplistic repetition easily solidified into addictions. Joan hated this about herself. She wanted to have an outrageous, especially unpredictable addiction. In silent and slightly scowling shuffle, Joan defiantly kicked a discarded beer can as the team traversed the grass in the park. No one knew why, and it clunked as it clinked Peter on the leg. And then there's a note that says, Peter, running shorts, trouble with names, kept notebook of friends to help develop method to remember names. Jesse, pain in the pancreas that made him constantly believe he was about to die. And that's as far as I got with that. The end.